Hi everyone, my name is Alan Green and I'm from Let It Be Enamel. Today I'm going to talk about the very basic equipment you need to get started in enameling. I love it and I can create a lot of jewelry and it's a lot of fun. What I'd like to point out is the torch. That's the prime thing that's important. And I use a butane torch because it's light and it's self-starting. It's a little bit better than your propane, which is bulky to use and it requires two hands. You can get a self-starter, but you can see how hard it is to handle this. The other thing that I think is important is a fire extinguisher. You can get one, very simple one like this from the hardware store. I'm going to talk a little bit about all the little pieces and then we're going to actually fire up an enamel. You need a piece of copper. About inch and a half is fine. You can order them online. This is the sifter, which is where the enamel goes into and you sift it on top of the copper. This is enamel. Now enamel basically is crushed up glass to the point of it's like salt. I've chosen red so you can see it. You also want to clean your copper of grease, fingerprints, of anything else. You can use a copper cleaner from the grocery store, or I prefer an item that they sell called Penny Bright. Just get a cloth, put some goo on it, clean it off, wash it off with water. Now I'm going to tell you the other things that you need. You also need eye protection. You always want to wear eye protection when firing anything up because you don't want anything flying up in your eye. You also need a mask so that since this is fine particles, there's fine dust and you don't want to breathe that in. I won't be using it for today because I need to be talking, but remember, you really should be using one. The other thing that you need is trivet. Trivet holds the piece so that you can fire it and it just sits right in. As you can see, it's 3 points and you put it on top, make sure it's level. And you know those annoying magazines you get in your door? Well, these are great for sifting onto. And you also have a metal screen that you'll get when you purchase these, and this is to put your trivet on top. This is a tripod and it sits on a tray. It's just a cookie tray, nothing fancy. Just so that if this drops, it's going to drop on here and it's not going to harm anything. All precautions. We never know when anything can happen. What I'm going to do is I'm going to sift. I'm going to put the enamel into the sifter and you just fill it about halfway. Now you can see some of it is coming out and that's okay. But if you fill it up, you fill it about halfway. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take your copper and you're going to just kind of touch the sifter like this and have it come on until it's fully covered. I would show you, but I would all slide off. As I can show you, if I can, that this is covered in the red enamel. I'm going to put this on top of the metal mesh, which is on top of the tripod. I'm going to fire up the torch. Basically, this is simple. It's light and easy to handle. You just turn the knob and you can hear the gas come out. Push the knob. That's it. Then what I do is I come from underneath and I have to remember to put my glasses on. And you come right underneath and you want the tip of the flame to be touching the copper piece. Now you move it around because you don't want to concentrate in any one particular place. You want it to be an even coverage. And it really only takes like a minute, if that. You can see that you can't see, but the grains are starting to melt together, and once it's glossy, I'm done. And I turn the knob. Voila. Then I'll let this cool for a minute and ready to handle and show you. Okay, I'm going to wait. Once it's cooled down, it turns red. Isn't that a beautiful red? All from the enamel. And you are all done and ready to make this as a pendant. I'm going to talk a lot more about the individual things here, where you can get things, what you really need, and there are substitutes for certain things, again, like the copper cleaner. You pretty much need these sifting items and the disc and the torch. You are welcome to use the propane if that suits you. There's a question about matte gas. Matte gas does burn a couple degrees hotter, but it's 3 times the cost. It's really not worth it. Propane does the job. We only have a small piece to fire, and there's plenty of heat for that. I hope you've enjoyed my video, and you've learned a little bit something about enameling, and I hope to hear from you if you have any questions. I'm Alan Green. Let it be enamel.